Hey guys, Chris here with the Good Old Gamer. So today we're going to talk about GPUs and 2018. Basically, it seems like we're going to be hitting the pause button on PC gaming for the most part throughout at least the majority of 2018. Now this news is coming from Massdrop, where their tech community lead actually went ahead and informed us that after meeting with Nvidia just a few weeks ago, Nvidia themselves are not expecting the GPU prices to normalize or stabilize through at least Q3 2018. So that means the vast majority of 2018, GPU prices are going to remain crazy. Now, I found this article over here on PCGamer.com, and I went ahead and checked the links. It looks like it requires a login, which I don't have. So I'm just going by what they say here. But really the biggest problem is the fact that Samsung and Apple and basically everybody's gobbling up all the RAM out there, so they can't get their hands on them. Littler companies such as MSI, Gigabyte, Asus, and EVGA, they just don't have access to the RAM that they need to make GPUs at the prices that they would like to. Now, if you'd like to read this whole article, I will include the link in the description below. Now, that's not really news, and we know that Samsung said that they're going to be ramping up production, but we wouldn't really see the benefits of that until about 2019 anyway. And perhaps that's where Nvidia is kind of coming up with their, estimated time frame is going off of Samsung's estimated ramp up in production. So this is some rather unfortunate news, especially if you're out there and you're like, hey, I want to upgrade, or I'm looking to building my first PC or a new PC. Or if you did what I did and you built a budget PC and you're like, hey, I want to upgrade at some point. It looks like it's putting the entire PC gaming market on hold. And this is a real shame because consoles, especially next year, I'm expecting even possibly this year, we will see the announcement of the PlayStation 5. I believe at E3 this year, Sony will likely tease, kind of like what Microsoft did with Scorpio, the announcement of the PlayStation 5, which will likely be announced sometime next year and will probably be available sometime late next year. So what this is doing is this is putting a real stranglehold on the market, on the PC gaming market, and it's really incentivizing people to go in the direction of consoles, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're trying to get out of that market, there's really no way to really get into PC gaming effectively at this point. The only real solution I can come up with is the Raven Ridge APUs. Now, these are great value. Everybody's going ahead and pretty much praising these things all over the internet. You can find benchmarks everywhere. I will leave a link to that video in the description below so you can check it out. And these CPUs, or APUs rather, seem to be really the only way to go. You can go ahead and get the AMD Ryzen 5 2400G. This is a 4-core, 8-thread CPU with 11 Vega compute units built right into it, or even the AMD Ryzen 3 2200G, which has 8 Vega compute units built right into it. And these are very overclockable, and these are great entry-level CPU-GPU combos for you to go ahead and pick up, and these are easy to obtain. These are not out of stock. You can get these pretty much anywhere. Now that's great. Entry-level PC gaming is available. Anybody can get their hands on them, and they're very, very budget-friendly. But if you're looking for high-end 4K or 144 hertz gaming, it's simply just not going to be possible. 2018 just exit out. It's just off the table. If you don't already have the hardware, you might as well not worry about it. Now, granted, Nvidia is going to be releasing their new GPUs here in the not-too-distant future, or we should get some more information next month. So we'll see what's going to happen with those, but they will likely be gobbled up very quickly. So if you are in the market, what you're going to need to do is wait for the release date. And I would likely try to get them straight off of Nvidia's website because they do have a limitation of only 2 per customer. So you really just got to sit there hitting the refresh button and maybe you'd get lucky. Now, the downside to this is we don't know what the pricing is going to be. And if Nvidia does charge their Founders Edition tax or whatever, you're still going to be paying above the reasonable MSRP, but it should still be a lot lower than, the current market prices of current GPUs. So there's an option for you, but in reality, if you're looking to play or to get into PC gaming, I would recommend going with one of the APUs. that will serve you well enough. Sure, you're not going to play modern AAA titles, maxed out graphics. That's not going to happen. But you can play all of the classic PC exclusive titles or mods or things of that nature. They can handle that no problem. So you can go ahead and go that route. And then in the future, you can upgrade the CPU to maybe a 2000 series or 3000 series Ryzen CPU, and then slap in a decent GPU in the future when they are more affordable. Now, DDR4 is still pretty expensive, but in comparison to where GPUs are nearing the $1,000 mark for, you know, GTX 1070s and 1080s are definitely there, and 1080 Ti's are well above $1,000. I mean, it's still a hell of a lot cheaper than going that route. So for most of you out there, if you don't have a PC and you want to get into PC gaming, go with the Raven Ridge APUs. That's really the best option for you at this particular point. Now, as I said, this isn't great news, but this is important news. So if you're sitting on the fence and you're like, hey, maybe I'm going to get an Xbox One X, but I want to get a PC instead, and you're waiting, you're going to have to wait a very long time. In all honesty, at this point in time, you are better off getting a console for modern AAA games, and then maybe a cheaper APU, you know, a cheap build to go ahead and play, you know, older PC games and exclusive games that you do want to play. So you can kind of get the best of both worlds without going crazy as far as, you know, expenses go. Because you can literally buy an Xbox One X and an AMD Raven Ridge PC for basically the price of a mid to high-end GPU at this point. So it's really up to you what you want to do. I do feel that this is just bad for the PC gaming market overall. As next year, likely the market as a whole will start seeing more intense competition. Now, if PS5 doesn't launch next year, it'll probably launch in 2020. But still, we're talking about the PC gaming market just starting to recover from this bad position that it's in. And then it's going to be hit with, you know, consoles that I personally believe will achieve 60 frames per second in the vast majority, if not all of the games on the on those platforms because of the massive increase in CPU horsepower. That's my personal belief. So I think that PC gaming is in a really tough spot right now. But like I said, there are still exclusive titles like the Brutal Wolfenstein video that I did. You can go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link to that in the description below. And, you know, you can't get that experience anywhere else. And that's one of the reasons why having a PC is great. But at the same time, that would easily run on any of those Raven Ridge CPUs that I just mentioned. So we're kind of in that not really sure which way to go. I mean, there is no clear recommendation. I guess really the best thing to recommend is if you're looking for brand new AAA titles, I'd probably recommend console. You're going to get a better experience for a lower price at this point. Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro will serve you better than what $400 or $500 can get you in the PC space. But if you're interested in more esports titles or, like I said, older titles, which me personally, I prefer playing games that are pre-2010 for the most part, and, you know, they'll handle that just fine. So it really depends on you, what you're going to be using your computer for, and let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. I mean, what do you mostly play? Do you really need all that graphics horsepower? Are you one of those people that are like, yeah, if it's not 4K 60 or better, I don't want to play it. Or if it's not 1080p, at least, you know, 200 frames per second, I don't want to play it. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that need that graphics horsepower, but most people, I think, just want something at a reasonable price. And unfortunately, it looks like 2018 is not going to be the year for that. Once again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Me personally, just giving you guys a heads up, I'm not going to be able to do a video next week. I got this big 400-page small print monster book that I have to have memorized by not next Thursday, but the Thursday afterwards. Pretty much to take my state licensing test. So I'm going to be very, very busy next week. So I'm going to be taking next week off, just giving you guys a heads up. I should be back right after that, you know, maybe a couple days. Once that's done, I'll put up a video, and hopefully I'm excited, because if I'm not excited, then that means I didn't pass, and that's not good. But alrighty, guys, just want to let you guys know what was going on there. If you like this kind of video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please share with friends. Actually, definitely share with friends. This is important, because if people have been sitting on the fence, there's no point in them just sitting there for the next 6 or 7 months going, what the hell's happening? They need to know this information, that if they're waiting for graphics card prices to go down. They need to just get over it and pretty much make do with what they have, or really just kind of, like I said, stalk the Nvidia website and hopefully they can get one of the new GPUs that are coming out before they sell out. Now, what are the odds of that? I don't know, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm a big question mark at this point. I don't know what's going to happen. This is a really bad time for PC gaming as a whole, and it looks like, honestly, without consoles, there's a lot of you guys out there that wouldn't be able to play modern AAA games at all. And this is pretty much the first time that I can remember this happening in the market. Sure, there have been supply shortages on certain parts. RAM prices have been crazy at certain points. GPUs have never really done this, not to this extent. The last time we had the mining craze, it didn't quite get this bad. It only hit AMD. CPUs never really got too out of this world. I can't remember any point in time where PC gaming was this bad, in this bad a shape, and this hard to get into. But let me know what you guys think. That's my opinion right there. Wish me luck, and I will catch you guys in the next video.